What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. It's the 11th of December, Thursday. Let's get right into the daily review of Nasdaq 100. So, another wild day in Nasdaq. So today we had a very large range over. Let's see how much points. This is over 450 points range. So we opened up, came all the way down, and then we went back for the highs. So we took out the liquidity below all these lows. So crazy market today with the amount of volatility that we got. So let's get right into the price action. We already opened for Friday's action and we have a big gap down here. Let's see if we're going to come back and fill the gap, or we're going to continue selling off, fill back this week to the downside. But it seems like this weekly opening gap been holding us. So let's see if this is the low of this week, and it is already done manipulating for the low of the month. So let's look right at the lower time frame price action. Going into the 4 hour time frame, this is what we look like. Still in the chop. Still in the chop.
Attention, H4 trade signal.
Turn this down. Still in the chop. Thought we would have gapped above it and this open, but we didn't. So we actually gapped right back down inside the consolidation. So let's see if this now 4 hour candle can hold us as an order block to send us higher. So last night I tried to take a swing position on this thing and it just kept on selling. Just kept on selling and selling and selling. So I I took a swing position on this thing. Because I was looking at the higher time frame and say, okay, the rate decision has already been made. So I was just thinking that we could rally from this order block here. How wrong was I? This thing sold all the way down, took me out, continued selling, and then I got another entry somewhere down here. We rallied up. I thought we would have just pulled back during the New York session, being as we bought up in London, only for us to come all the way back down, and it took out my entries. And then we rallied all the way up, only for it to get back down now. So I was floating almost 1% on the account here, and we get back down to floating now about 0.5%. So quite the wild ride on Nasdaq. So I just took the buys here, but the timing was off last night. Let me go down to the lower time frame. Go down to the lower time frame. This is what the 5 minute looks like. So we opened here yesterday with a little gap down. I was thinking it was just a small pullback for us to come down and then go higher. Even for us to come and run these lows, as I had my stops below here, then we would have came and run higher. We didn't get that. Came all the way down. I saw this as even protected lows. So we kept on selling all the way through Asia. right until around 10 p.m. before we finally got a decent bounce. So we bounced right around 10 p.m. in the night last night. And I think I took the entry somewhere around here and then went to bed. Because the first ones got stopped out. And the account is way down now. Way down. Let's see if I can still recover it. It would be a miracle, but let us see. I know I can do it with the proper risk management, but I need some good wins under my belt right now to recover that account. I was pretty exhausted, so I didn't even bother waking up for London session, and might be the same thing tonight. So we came all the way down. We created this low, came back down during London session, and we got these buy opportunities here. If I was up and looking at the markets, then I know I could have gotten some decent snipe entries inside these areas to give us a nice risk to reward to carry us higher. You know, I would have possibly closed out some nice profits here because this range last night is close to, let me see now, let me measure it. This is 200 points, roughly 200 points on this range right here. And we did that in the London session going into early New York before we sold off again. And then now the 10 a.m. candle, we opened all the way at the bottom here. So with no wick, we came down here and went all the way back up. I think I took some of the entries inside here and this thing came back to stop me out. I was even expecting us to just, give a little pullback and then continue. It still came all the way back down. Took me out, came back down, but I had a few entries below here. So I'm still holding those. But came all the way down here, got stopped out, and then now we farm a little base and rallied up through the PM session. This 10 a.m. macro gave us a nice buy opportunity, whether you're using inversion or my little favorite entry. So I had one entry here, another one here, and even during lunchtime, just before launching this macro, we got another entry right here. And then we just rallied straight up for the rest of the day. I was at work, so I wasn't able to even add into the trade. But anyway, from here, it would have been a 300 point run. So this could have even be $600 on the future using one contract. I think it's $2 per point. And if I was sniping using like even 0.5% risk, I know I could get a big lot size inside a year, and this would have made me probably more than 2-3% from all of this push that way. But nevertheless, the market never stop trading and we will get other opportunities. So we had this rally here, created this change in state of delivery right here. This macro gave us an entry inside of here. There's an entry in the macro here, another one inside of here. And as soon as the PM session came, we got another one inside this 2 p.m. silver bullet sending us higher, and even inside a power hour we got another entry before we ran all the way up. Still trying to figure out what causing this gap back down, but I know the future contract expiring shortly and we're supposed to start the 2026 contract. So the volume is moving from this contract into the next one. So I don't know if that is the case. Why it's being like this, but that is what's currently happening. So now we have equal lows here. Don't know if we're going to continue rallying up or we're going to continue selling off. Honestly, I don't know because this thing I'm leaning bullish because on the higher time frame it's still bullish. But after that strong close with a long wick down here, I don't know if we're going to continue. I would then come back and fill the week and the daily time frame. So it would be this long week here. So we have this gap down, so we have this long week here. Took out all the liquidity here. So let me see if we're going to continue running higher. So I would love for them to continue, and I could just continue holding. I could get some ads for some scalp to build up this account, and I could continue holding my position long term. But I'm already break even, so I'm risk free. So that is it for today's video. I'll catch you guys tomorrow to wrap up the week. Peace.